Hello and thanks for joining me for some more Planet Crafter, Planet Humble, Episode 3. If you're just joining me for the first time, there will be a link in the description below for the full playlist of this series. So we are pretty hungry and we are out of food, but I don't think our food's going to grow in time. But we're going to do some upgrades around the base. So now that we have some aluminum or aluminium, whichever way you wish to say that. Let's see, silicon, magnesium. We got cobalt. Let's grab some cobalt. Just 2 of those will be fine. Alright, so I think we'll start off with solar panels. Let's take these 2 down. I'll put a couple more of the big ones up over here. It's not going to let me squeeze that one in like the last one. Alright, that'll do. Let's take down this little one. And we'll pop this one up. Okay. Now I want to put take that down and put up another T2. I think we might want to expand a little bit. I'm thinking about expanding up that way. We need some iron and some titanium. Let's take some of that out of there. Shovel this in here for the time being. Let's take that out and put it in there. We'll keep that on me. Alright. Titanium. Just the one should do it. But we also need an extra one extra iron for a ladder. Now we are thirsty. I'm not sure if it's going to be worth drinking because we're going to die of starvation in a few minutes anyway. Let's grab some of this stuff. We'll grab some ice though. There's some iron. All right. I guess we'll grab silicon. Okay. Let's head back up the hill. And we are getting very close to starving to death. So we're just going to stay close by to the base. Let me see. Let's put the silicon in there. Alright. Let's just check our food. It's not quite done. don't think it's going to be quite done in time. Let's make those up. Put a bunch of them in there. Okay. Let's build that up there. Alright. Pull that down. Take down that screen. And we'll put that screen over here for now. That's not pretty, but we'll do a proper office later on. Let's move our crafter over here. Can we fit a ladder in there? Not quite. Alright, let's take that one down. Let's pop our ladder in here. Up here. Okay. Let's go. Bam, with a heater there. We need another aluminum there. Alright, so we are going to die of thirst, but we're going to die of hunger as well, so we may as well just let ourselves die. Let's put us back inside. Stuff that we're carrying will be here. Alright, we are still hungry. Is this finished yet? That one is. So is that one. Eat those. Don't know that that's going to keep us sustained though. Alright. So we needed an aluminum or aluminium, whichever way you wish to say it. Let me see. If I'm facing that way, when I come up, that should be the way out onto the ledge. So I'm thinking if I extend that way later on, we can extend our base up onto the upper plateau. Up there behind us. Alright, let's have a look in here. Let's grab all that stuff out. Quick sort there, shove that in there. Shove all the cobalt in there. Titanium. Now what do we need for vegetubes? Silicon, magnesium and aluminum. Let's take out some silicon, magnesium, aluminum, okay. So we've got a couple of seeds in here still. So these tier 3 ones go outside. We'll put them over here. Put up a couple. Let's grab some seeds out of here. Alright, let's take the 350. Same with that one. I mean, I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it? So we're going to take those down. We'll put those two in there. Let's build another one here. pop that in there. Let's have a drink. Okay, and we are going to need more water. Okay, so we need more silicon. None in there. Couple more in here though. Let's chuck those in there. Alright. And what other seeds do we have in here? Let's take that one. Okay. Pop that up. Pop that in there. Let's take that one. Pull that down. Pop that in there. Need another silicon. So I think, do we get a silicon back from this? No, that doesn't use silicon. Alright, don't suppose I've got any in there, no. Alright. There's one. Losing a few frames there. Alright, let's take that one. Pop that over there. Pop that in there. Alright. We should get one back from the tier 2s though, when we take them apart. So these ones. Oh, we didn't? Did we not get one back? Well, we didn't have any. We got one back, but I thought I had one in my inventory already. Okay, there's not one in there. And we don't have any in there. Alright, let's take a quick wander. See if we can find a few more bits. Looks like a couple over here. Let's grab that one. Grab that one. We'll grab that. Grab a couple more pieces of this dolomite. Well, our inventory's full, so I guess we won't. But we'll put that one in. Back over here. Let's pop that up. Put the seed in there. Alright, so I do have one silicon on me. So let me just double check this, because when I take this one apart, that should give us another one back. It did. Okay. And we are hungry. Alright. Let's again, I don't think they're going to be enough. I think we're going to need to go find more seeds, more food seeds. Pop that in there. Alright. And now we are still low on silicon. We can upgrade some drills. Okay, let's grab a couple of pieces of silicon down here. Alright. So now we should, well, we need to grab a couple of bits of aluminum. Okay, so what seeds have we got left in here? I don't know if it's worth doing the lermers. I think we got grass spreaders. Not yet. All right. Okay, so put that one there. Grab that seed and that seed. Okay, we've got a new crafting bench open. 65%. Alright, let's pop a seed in there. Put up one more. And that is too much for our power to deal with. So what do we need for another? Okay. Silicon. 2 cobalt. Shouldn't be a problem. Grab 2 of those. Pop up another solar panel. And that used our aluminum. And there's the grass spreader. Put that seed in there. Okay. Losing a few frames. Alright, what do we need for the grass spreader? Aluminum and magnesium. So I guess we'll get started on that. No magnesium left in there. Do have magnesium on me though. I've only got 2 lerma seeds, so let's grab those out. And I guess we'll put these over here as well. So pop on there. And I guess we'll pop another one there. No. Alright. silicon, cobalt. Alright, let's check how our food is going. It's not quite there. Okay. Let's pop this one over here. Okay. Let's have a look. And I didn't even notice, but we already crossed into blue sky. And we're already 47% towards clouds. Pretty sure we are going to die again of hunger. Alright. That's fine. Okay. Oh, we've still got these two here. So I may as well do those. If we have enough silicon. So let's have a look in here. There's one. Alright. We'll be able to do one. At least. Let's grab a water out of there. Alright, let's go grab some ice. Let's wait, because we're about to die of hunger. Alright. Is this ready yet? Not quite. Okay. Alright. Drink that. Let's go grab some ice. Do have our little grass starting to grow there. These storms are a bit loud. Kind of going to see what this is. Alright, ice. See if we can find a bit of silicon. Doesn't really look like silicon in here. And hungry again. See if we can find a little bit more silicon. And I guess we'll grab the dolomite, because that can at least be crushed down and we might get silicon and other stuff from that. But there's a couple of pieces. Alright, we got the launch pad, which will be handy. Alright. Some silicon. Maybe we will check this chest here. Well, we've got a full load. Because the only way we're going to find any more food seeds is by checking some chests. Hopefully we'll get something better than eggplant. And yeah, we're possibly going to die of oxygen, or the lack of. Gonna quite make it. Just. Let's check our food. Not quite growing. Okay. Let's have a look here. Alright, let's load the dolomite into here. Okay. So we were going to make 2 more of these. Need the water. Let's grab that out. Let's pop that there. Pop that in. And we'll need 1 more aluminum for that. Grab that out. And that's our power. Okay. So let's see. Alright. Let's get another row of these going. And we need 1 more aluminum again. There's not 1 in there. I've got plenty in here though. Okay. Okay, so that is making use of all of our seeds, I believe. Let's chuck some of this water in here. The ice can go in there too. Alright, and our power's not great, so we're going to need another solar panel. Alright, let's rip all of that out of there. All of that. Okay, so solar panels. Iron, magnesium, silicon. Cobalt. 2 each. And a couple of aluminums. That should let us build 2. Okay. Let's have a look. Wow. Okay, so we're already into clouds and we are 30% on the way towards rain. Alright. Let's check our food. Okay, that's ready. That's ready. Let's eat both of those. Don't know if that's going to be enough to keep us going. Alright. So, what do we need for these? Iron, titanium, and aluminum. Alright. let's take a run back down to our other processor. Down in between the arches over there. And we'll see if we can, we'll see what sort of ore we've got over there. So we do have a crusher running over there as well. But it is only a T1. So our terraformation index is ticking up pretty quick. Look, we do have rain. It is raining. So I'm not sure on this map what areas are going to end up being covered in water. All right, what have we got in here? Not much. All right, that's fine. Okay. I think if we see a chest on the way back, I'll have a look in it and see if we can get any more seeds. Because I don't think the eggplants are quite cutting it. I think we need more than just 2 if we're going to live on eggplant. Am I going in the right way? Okay, so there's a chest there. We'll have a look in that one. Nothing. Alright. I will leave the chest because when there are updates, they do get filled up again. Alright, but that doesn't really help us. So what I might do here, let's put up another... sort of fit it on the edge there. It's not pretty, but it'll do the job. Okay, let's put aluminum in there. Uranium. Alright, let's hop inside and get some oxygen. Well, we haven't quite hit rain, but it was just raining, so... Okay. Alright, I guess all this can just go in there. I'm not going to worry about sorting it too much. We'll take the ice out. And I guess we'll drink that. Check how our food's going. Okay. So, drills. Iron, titanium, and aluminum. Okay. Let's pull that one down. Let's put up a T3. Whoops. That'll do. And where can we fit this one? More aluminum. And we can just squeeze that in there. All right. Pop another one up here. That'll do. Okay, so that's empty. Let's take this stuff out. All right. Okay. Now we unlock the T3 heater. Need the rods for that. For the rods, we're going to need our advanced crafter station. Okay. We could put that in here. What do we need for that? 3 aluminum. That's empty, so we do need to make another trip back to our other processor and collect some more stuff. We need 1 titanium, 1 silicon, and 1 magnesium. Titanium, silicon, and magnesium. Put in our advanced crafter. In this corner will be fine. All right. Okay, so we need a lot more iridium. Well, we could possibly do the backpacks. Super alloy. We had some super alloy here. We need basically one of everything else to make some super alloy. One, two, three. Let's just sort those. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That should be able to make a couple of super alloys. All right. So if we made another one, we'll be able to get both. Okay, so only that was the last of our aluminum. So I think maybe we'll go for the I guess the oxygen is better. So grab a piece of cobalt. water collector. Should probably get that up and running because the ice is going to be disappearing off the surface. Let's make that. Let's pop those away. What do we need for the water collector? We need the aluminum. Alright. What's our food doing? Okay. So we need to find another chest. Alright. Maybe we should have a quick peek in this cave. So I don't know what's in there. So we'll have a look in here. So we need a source of iridium. There is some stuff that can be processed, but I'm not sure exactly what that stuff is. There's a couple of chests down here. Let's have a look in here and see if we get lucky with any more food seeds. We got some food though. Alright, not really what I'm looking for. Another eggplant seed, well, I guess it's better than nothing. Alright, let's go and get the other eggplant growing. Although we're going to need... It's our food grower. Do I have an aluminum? I must... Yeah, there was 2 in the crates. Okay. Alright. So I'll get another food grower going. At least that way we'll have 3 eggplants going. Which should be enough to sustain us until we find some better ones. Nuclear reactor. Okay. Food grower. Okay. Let's pop that there. Pop that in. Alright, so at least we've got 3 growing. It's not the best food. We have definitely reached rain on our way towards liquid water. Alright. These seeds can go in here for the time being. Alrighty. Let's chuck that in there. Let's grab one of those, one of those, one of those. What are we missing? I feel like I'm missing something from there. Titanium? No, we've got that. Alright. We make one more super alloy here. Okay. Actually, I don't think we needed to do that. I think we've got enough. So, for the T4 backpack, Oh no, we did need 3. Alright, but we need an extra titanium. We can get that out of here. Wrong one. Alright, so we've got 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Upgrade that. 4 by 7 now, so increases our carry capacity a little bit. Alright, they're both at 85. That one's going to take a little bit longer. Alright. So let me see. Alright. These we can't do until we get a source of uranium and a source of iridium. That uranite I have not seen. We could get rockets up. Rockets could probably help us, yeah, they could probably help us get hold of some uranium and some iridium. What else? Probably put our communications tower up. Alright. Let's get a door. What do we need for a door? Iron, titanium, silicon. What are we going to need for that? Same thing again, plus an aluminum. And we are plumb out of aluminum. Alright, let's at least hop up here. Let's pop a door here. Alright, and we can use this rooftop area to put some stuff. Okay. Alrighty, let's have a drink. Let's grab a bottle of water. Let's check our food. 92%. Okay. Alright. I think we should be able to make it over there before we die of hunger. And we'll go and grab some more bauxite. I don't know if I've checked this chest. We'll have a look in this chest as well. But no luck as far as any seeds are concerned. Now there is a way to cheese the seeds. I've shown that in my previous playthrough. What you need to do is you need to pop down a save before you open a chest. Not this chest obviously because I built it, but one of the crates, the loot crates. Pop down a save before you look in it. And if you don't like what you get, then you can reload the save. Right, there's a couple of bits of aluminum. You know what? Let's get rid of all this basic stuff. Alright. let's take a bit of a run around and grab some more bauxite. If there is any more around here. There's one, and there is a chest there too, so we'll have a look. No food seeds. Okay. Alright, but we can get some more of this. It's going to be a little bit more aluminum for the time being. Grab as much of this as we can. All right. We may as well. I was going to say we may as well grab some more dolomite, but it wasn't dolomite. All right, it's a couple of pieces up here. Okay, that's a full load. Is this the chest we checked just then? I think it is. Yep. Alright, now I'm a bit lost. There's our little shelter, so not lost anymore. Let's top up our oxygen and we'll head back and hopefully some of our food has grown. Alright. Let's run back. I mean, I suppose, yeah. It's only a tier 1 crusher. So I was going to say we could put this in that crusher there and then pick up some of the other stuff and carry it back. But we've got nothing in our crusher back home anyway. So we should make it home before we starve to death. Alrighty. So we'll get this stuff into the crusher straight away. That stuff can go in there. Along with the aluminum. We needed the aluminum for something. Okay, so we were going to put up our communications. We need a silicon for that. Alright, we should probably put up a beacon too. Stop ourselves getting lost. And we need the screen that goes with it. So a couple more silicons. So wait, an iron, 2 silicon. We don't have the silicon. All right, let's hop inside. Let's check our food. We can eat that one. Eat that one. This one's on the way. Okay. So it might just be right as far as food is concerned. We are 26% on the way to liquid water. Let's pop up here. Let's pop out here. Let's pop that down. Just gonna pop that on the edge, and there goes our power. So let's take that down. Okay. Let me see. We want more silicon, magnesium. Got a magnesium, cobalt. All right. The silicon is becoming a bit of a pain in the butt. So maybe we need to possibly collect up a bit more dolomite when we see it. Here's some. We'll keep pumping that into the crusher. There's a piece of silicon though. And there's a piece of silicon there. Alright. Another piece there, but we do have a full load. Alright. So we'll dump this stuff in here. Should be able to put up a solar panel now. And try our communications again. Alrighty. We're thirsty. Have a drink. Hop down here. Okay. Got another iron. Let's make a desk. A little bit on the dark side out here. Let's pop in a desk over here. Now, put our transmission screen over here. Let's grab the blueprint screen. Guess that can go in the middle. Our energy screen. Alright, that's a bit picky about not wanting to fit that close to the wall. So that'll do. Okay. So I do have a message here. I'll let you pause and read that for a moment. Actually, I should read this and see if it's different. to the last one, to the Planet Prime message. It looks pretty similar. Wait, okay. Humble, so this is definitely a different one. It's in the Prime sector. Okay, so there is a dispute over the ownership of the planet. Alright. So, anyway, we have ourselves a food source just. We've got communications. We've got some greenery happening. We are having some rain and on the way to liquid water. But that is going to do it for this episode. If you did enjoy this video, please leave me a like or a comment down below. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.